We're gonna start with Dong. No, we're not gonna start with Dong. One day I'll do Dong. Probably should have reworded that. Okay, so we continue Metroid. Samus Returns. I've only 19.3% of the map, you say? Oh, here I was thinking I was making good progress. So, welcome to the stream, everybody. I hope you're having a good day. I would like to stream a little bit for you tonight. I can't stream too late, unfortunately. I have to be up early tomorrow. So I'll try to get in as much streaming as I can. I see I've done a lot of good things last time I played. You know, get myself fucking killed. Alright. So anyway, yeah, I'd like to stream as much as I can. There's a fuckload of art tonight. If I had more time to stream, I would do Mario and Rabbids as well, but that's not gonna be able to happen. But fear not, for those that actually like watching that game, and I know there are plenty of you, because I like streaming that game. I'll do a full, very, extensive Rabbid and Mario stream as soon as Luigi gives back Ernest to Mario. The newest Mario brother, the one that was unfortunately stuck to Luigi at birth. Yeah, there's gonna be a nice 4-hour art stream tonight. So expect lots of art tonight. So yeah, last time on Metroid Samus Returns, there was there was some stuff that happened. And I don't know where to go next. Oh wait. Wait, this definitely... Oh, okay. Alright, I need to find things like that. Things like that I can now fuck with. It's good. Good. So yeah, I guess really, what can I say? I'm hunting Metroids. That's the official story at the moment. Samus is still hunting Metroids. There's no, like, pointless exposition. There's no plot twists. There's no secondary characters that are poorly written. It's just Samus destroying Metroids. Vinny, how do you feel about Mario Odyssey going to be a close spiritual successor to 64 and Sunshine? That makes me extremely happy. I think Mario 3D World was great. 3D Land was even better, in my opinion, but I like both of them. But it's not exactly where I was happy watching the series go. I always loved the more open-world Mario exploration stuff. So as much as they were, like, really fun, and, like, harkening back to the classic Mario, I had some issues with their linearity. But overall, you know, great series. the 3D world and 3D land things. Yep. But I couldn't be more excited that we're getting an open world, ton of levels, ton of collectibles Mario Odyssey game. I only have one problem with Mario Odyssey. Just one. It's a big one. It's that the day it comes out, I have to drive to Atlantic City for a convention. Is it bad that if I knew that, if I realized that, I would have just said fuck the convention? Switch is portable, yes, but I wish to stream it. There's no way I can really feasibly stream the goddamn thing from a hotel room. Whoever's suggestion that was, I would love to. But that would not be an easy thing for me to do, and with a level of quality in quotations that you've come to expect from my streams. There's a Troid. I don't know if I can, go down there just yet. Maybe we'll go up instead of down. Or you know what? No, let me go down here first. I wanna see what the fuck is going on. Maybe I have the ability to do something that I missed. Oh no, not yet. No. Not yet. Lame. So, the Nintendo Direct, I think, proved a lot of things. There were a lot of people that were way more excited about that Direct than I was. And I think it's because I played Doom already, and I played well, I'm going to get Wolfenstein, and you know, I'm already kind of good when it comes to the stuff that was announced, for the most part. Nor did I have interest in a lot of the other stuff that was announced. We didn't get stuff like Smash, which I'm totally okay with. Even though it's something I figured would happen, I don't need to hear anything about a Smash Brothers port. I'm good for now. But Nintendo's stock went up, and people were talking about it. There we go, there's progress. So, I mean, it seems like this Direct meant a lot more to other people, maybe not to me, but one thing that it makes me really happy about is that we're getting a lot of third-party support. I talked about that extensively. But I don't know if you guys realize, those that didn't have a Wii U, I don't know if you realize how important it is that we're getting good third-party support on this system. 1 second, by the way. Third-party support was not very good on the Wii U, and the only game most Wii U owners were playing was the waiting game. And it was not fun. There's a lot of gaps in between really good games, and apparently it wasn't easy to develop for, and it turned off a lot of third parties. Now, even if this thing was a nightmare to develop for, it's selling really well. People want to make games for it because they know people will buy the games on it. So, yeah, it's really good to have a Switch and know that third parties actually give a shit. With the Wii U is like, oh, we got one indie game in the past 2 months. Hooray. Vinny, would you want a Smash port next year or a brand new Smash in 2019 or beyond? I don't know how they're gonna top Smash 4. But it's the question of Sakurai wanting to come back. We've talked about this on stream. Sakurai does not want to make another Smash game. And it really affects his health, and he doesn't see his family, and he's all stressed out from it. I mean, I don't think I want... Oh shit. I don't think I want Smash without Sakurai's involvement. But I also don't want him to, like, hurt. I don't want Sakurai to, like, suffer. What the fuck? That was a cool robot. I'm gonna have to fight that robot in just a couple minutes, aren't I? So I'd rather take a brand new Smash, I think. Just because, you know, you want new games and you don't want old games, right? But I just don't know what the future of that franchise is going to be like. I wonder if Reggie's just going to go to Sakurai, or Kimishima's going to go to Sakurai and be like, listen, we need you one more time. We need you for one more mission, Snake. And then the next Direct we see 2 years from now, the Smash Brothers 5 Direct. Sakurai looks like the Crypt Keeper. He's all hunched over. He's saying shit like, I loved making this game. But you see a shadow somewhere in the back of the Direct, of the video footage, and a number of people on the internet start to analyze the footage, and they realize it's the shadow of a hand holding a gun. And Sakurai was sending Morse code by blinking. I have loved very much making this game. Please look forward to our newest characters. Waluigi and Daisy! But really though, we've almost run out of Nintendo characters. There's a couple things that now we've got ARMS, and we've got Splatoon, so we could get maybe a couple of each. Waluigi is a potential character. There's a couple characters that were not in the game, but I think the real strength of any future Smash Brothers is going to be third-party stuff. That's the stuff that gets most people excited. The main character from Call of Duty World War II will be in the game. Waluigi? Get out of here. Grapple happens automatically. I thought for sure that would be the way to open this door. Alright, well never mind then. So yeah, I'm pretty much down for a Smash port with a couple new characters, just because I think Smash 4 looks great, it plays great, and it's a really wonderful game, and I think you don't need to fuck with it too much. So if they were to even do a port with like 5 new characters and all the levels from the 3DS version, I'd be okay with that. It wouldn't be like the #1 thing that I would want. I would want to wait like 4 years and have the best Smash Brothers game ever made. But it just doesn't feel like it's gonna happen. I don't know. So when people say, Vinny, you know, are you disappointed in the Direct because we didn't get Smash? Not really. I mean, it'll happen. It's gonna happen. The Switch is... this is the best year Nintendo's had in almost forever. So I do believe we're gonna get a Smash on this system. But we've already had a main entry into the Zelda series. We've got a main Mario game coming out. There's a Prime game in development. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. That's 2 of 3, just... 1 of 3 is out, the other one's almost out, and another one is being worked on. That's pretty fucking good. So, and Mario Kart's already out too, so that's another huge series for Nintendo. So you have to wonder, are we gonna get Star Fox on this thing? Or did Star Fox Zero shit in the punch bowl a little bit? Yoshi and Curb are being developed currently. So I think maybe they're saving Smash for a little bit. I mean, it would make sense. Next E3, they show a really nicely retuned version of Smash 4 with a ton of new characters. Because they've got a great base for the game. They don't really need to do too much. Maybe some balance stuff, some new features, better online. Like I said, a couple new characters, some new levels. And they could just release it as Smash 4 Ultimate or something, and it would be $40, which it probably wouldn't be, knowing Nintendo. Just a lot of wishful thinking on my part. At this point, what I'm trying to say is, the more I think about it, and I'm thinking about it now, I do declare that, it's still too soon for a Smash. Just seems unreasonable to expect it so soon. But a remake or an Ultimate of 4 seems like a great idea. It's really fucking hard to hit with missiles. Alright. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. That was the worst fight I've ever had in this game. No, you know what? The second Metroid I ever fought was the worst. So, I think, a new Bayonetta would be nice. Considering Bayonetta 2 was one of the best action games I've ever played. So picture this Bayonetta 3, and it comes with Bayonetta 1 and 2. Portably. Yeah! I like the sound of that. conquer is difficult. I've done so little damage against him. Vinny, how are you liking this game? Good. Very good. What if I told you Okami plays exactly like Bayonetta but is more like a Zelda game? I would say that's awesome. I would say that I expected Okami HD for the Switch at the Nintendo Direct. As were, I think, a number of other people, and we didn't get it, so... It's a shame. Capcom is really, kind of dropping a little bit of the balls. They had some good support for the Wii U and for the Wii and GameCube even, but I guess Capcom is awful, or they're just sick of Nintendo. I'm not sure what's going on with Capcom, but I'm not seeing that same level of support. And they now have 3 Monster Hunter series running. Stories, World, and the main series. So they're just bleeding Monster Hunter dry. World is main series, so then what's Double Cross? Generations is a spin-off. Also main series. Oh. So we are now aware of... Did Double Cross come out in Japan already? It did, right? The Wii U the Switch version? Also, I'm really, really bad at fighting this particular type of Metroid. It's making my head hurt how much Monster Hunter there is, and I like Monster Hunter, but... There are people that are way more fanatical about Monster Hunter than I am. I played Monster Hunter Cross, and I was already done with the series. Like, I think I put 8 hours into that. After 4 Ultimate, I needed some time, and I needed like a really new experience, and Cross just sat dormant on my 3DS. Which is a shame, because I do like the series a lot. I just didn't... it's too much. There's only so many times you can start from scratch, too. So you need at least a couple hundred hours to get all the fucking gameplay out of Monster Hunter. So yeah, it's just a lot for me. God. Missiles do work on this one, but it's not easy to hit it with missiles. Stories fits that bill. Well, yeah, Stories I heard was good. I watched some videos of it. I finally understand what it is, and it does look cool. However, I'm not in the market for a new Monster Hunter anytime soon. I want Monster Hunter World. That's the one I really want. And I don't want it now. I want it when it comes out, which is, what, like a year and a half from now? So maybe they're playing their cards exactly right. Holy shit. You can't parry when they're electrified or they're on fire. Actually, are there any more dudes left? I gotta go in with my shield and just not die. Metroid is dying. I don't want Metroid to die. There's one block of map you missed. I'll have to go back there when I'm on my 100% scout mission. But yeah, they locked the door. You can't get out. You have to defeat this thing without leaving. See, I don't know if that's a parry. I can't even tell which is parryable and not. That's definitely not. I just tried. That's definitely not. It lights up. Oh, you fuck. Ah! Got it. That was a tough fight. That was a really fucking tough fight. So, in essence, just to take us back to what's happening with the Switch, Nintendo's having a very good year, and the Direct maybe didn't have one of those big megatons aside from maybe Doom and Wolfenstein, but on a whole, I'm really happy with it because it just showed that we're gonna get a lot of stuff on this system and not have to wait months like we did with the Wii U. But it's also kind of amazing how quick people are to dismiss Nintendo, though they seem to be able to do this pretty reliably, which is, they realize they're doing stupid things, and then they change up a couple of those things, and then pull together for a really good comeback. It's kind of crazy. I'm not saying that they did a great job with their online component, because they fucking suck with that. We still don't know what is happening with the Virtual Console. So, I mean, far from a perfect job. I still think we need a UI update on the Switch. And Nintendo's still trigger happy with taking down people's, YouTube stuff. So, there's room for improvement. Okami HD is for PC as well. I'm not saying I'm gonna play it. I've been told to play Okami many times, and yes, I'm aware of how good the game's reputation is. I just have too much shit to play right now. So, I'm not in the market for a 50-hour game, or even if it's 40 hours, that's still too much for me right now. $60 to 70 hours. Yeah, I'm especially not down for a 60 to 70 hour game. That's been the main thing keeping me away from it. Whenever I think about, like, streaming Okami or playing it, I'm like, oh, that sounds good. And then I think, man, I gotta really, really be down to start. And here's the thing, like, it's hard to explain. I was okay with Zelda being that long, because I've been waiting for that game for a long time, and I specifically planned around it. But say I wasn't streaming Okami, that 70 hours is gonna cut into other things that I could be doing, or other streams I could be doing. So it's just, it's hard to justify. I mean, never say never, though. Never say never. Never. Say never again. Isn't that a James Bond? Isn't that a James Bond? Or is that the fake James Bond? Where they got Connery back for a movie, an unlicensed James Bond movie. Okay, well, here I am. Probably a Metroid in here somewhere. Ah! This one's got the power of electricity. Ah, shit. Actually, this one's a little easier than the previous one. Not by much, but... There you go, you're frozen now, asshole! Down. I kind of really appreciate that the whatever Metroid type this is, I don't know the name of it, has different forms. So in the original Metroid 2, the Metroids had a variety of different forms, right? Evolutions. But once you fought one type, you kinda know how to defeat them. I mean, it takes effort, but at least I'm kind of happy that this game mixes it up a little bit, so each evolution has a different, like a different style. What was the plot? Well, I think the plot was, just gonna sum it up, Samus has to come to this planet. I think they want to weaponize Metroids, or is that not yet? And Samus decides to, I don't know if the Federation's involved. Fuck. God, I don't know the intricacies of this plot. All I know is Samus is here to eliminate all of the Metroids. This is their home planet. This is where the Chozo engineered them and left them. And Samus is here to destroy them. That was a Gamma Metroid. They just want the Metroids dead because they're too dangerous, so they're not yet in the maniacal, evil, we need to weaponize these things mode yet. They are not the Star Trek Federation of peace and love. Speaking of Star Trek, I saw the second Orville episode. That show is really warming up to me. I still roll my eyes at some of the jokes, but I like it. It's pretty good. Even some of the jokes make me laugh, like the character that's like Worf, Bortus is his name. He's laying an egg. And that's it. He's gotta lay an egg. His species lays eggs. And he can't do the stuff he needs to do in the second episode because he needs to sit on his egg. I'm like, yep, you know what? If you're gonna fuck around with, like, alien species... Why not? Why not give him an egg? It sounds hilarious, I know, but you also see him naked, but that's a whole different story. You know what? That color doesn't stand out enough. There we go. You can't bomb jump on water. Shoot it diagonally? I don't think that's gonna happen. I think, you know what? I might be able to do this. Hang on. Ah, yeah, they... Not quite. All this for a missile expansion. It's not worth it. Give me one more. You know what? 3 more tries. It respawns too quick. It's not happening. Unless I shoot it from here? Can I? Yeah, I think so. I think that would have been good. I just have to... You know, there's a touchscreen functionality for, going into a morph ball, so I'm gonna use that instead of down twice. Okay, that's one try. Here we go, here's the last 2. And I missed. So I just have to tap the touchscreen to go into Morph Ball instead of going through all those unnecessary steps. No! That was it! It's possible. It's doable. I'll never have to come back here if I just do this now. It's a really, like, surprisingly complicated set of commands. Ah. I know each and every one of you that said, Vinny, you need to stop. I saw you all in chat. I'll remember your names. I know your social security. I don't actually know your social security. Don't listen. It's okay. I just know your names. That's it. And I will find you. Also, a couple people asked me what I thought of the most recent Rick and Morty. I thought it was a very, very good episode, actually. And it was better than Interdimensional Cable 2. This was like the joke Interdimensional Cable 2. Like it was, or 3. But they knew that the last one sucked, and they just didn't do that. So it was really solid. I feel bad for people that gave up because Pickle Rick was too mimetic. I feel bad that people had to abandon the show because they didn't want to be ostracized on the internet. But you know, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. It's been good. Last 2 episodes have been really good. Almost as good as Season 2, if not just as good. Once it hit later season, it really hit a stride that I didn't think the first couple episodes had. Except one. Episode 1 was great. Someone said, I mean, if I had some cheap-to-pull joke rammed into my face every 30 seconds online, I'd be sick of it too. I told you before. I actually apologized because I ruined Rick and Morty for people by being so obsessed with it. And I'm sorry I did that. Because I know what it's like. I'm still getting requests to play Undertale to this day. And from like Penguin of Doom people. But the difference was I never really I thought about this when I saw the other, you know, like the past couple of Undertale emails, like, Vinny, you gotta play this game. And yeah, it's one thing for a fan base to make you not want to deal with something. It's one thing to see what a chat can get like when you play a certain game. It's another thing to hear about the same characters and stuff, you know, over and over and over again. I get it, that it's annoying. But when it came to Undertale, just to be totally candid about it and to, like, not make a joke out of it, just to be totally honest, I had zero interest in the game. It wasn't something that I was looking forward to, and then it was ruined. It was something that came out, I didn't know about it, and suddenly there was a massive influx of Vinny, you need to play this every day. And then I guess I looked into it a little bit, and I still didn't really have any interest. It was not really on the radar, so it became a thing that people were trying really hard to get me to do, despite me not even having that initial spark of interest. And that made it more difficult for me to want to check it out. So maybe if it was like, you know, if it was a game that I had some interest in previously, I would have been upset that people ruined it for me, or whatever you want to say. But in that case, I just didn't have the interest to begin with. So this isn't where I need to go. So I'm gonna go up to that middle area. If I don't die first. Vinny, it's like, I know it's like Earthbound, but let's talk about Earthbound. Earthbound is a game that I knew about for years. Earthbound is a game that I had interest in. So when people were telling me to play it, I was like, well, I always wanted to play this. It's inspired by, but is nothing like. Okay. But I feel like we do this almost every time there's something that has a divided fan base or whatever, you know. There's a lot of factors to why someone might not enjoy a thing, and I always feel bad when it's a good thing. Like, I know Pickle Rick seems fucking stupid. It's a dude that's a pickle. Wow, this show must be the height. Maybe your IQ just isn't high enough to enjoy the show, and you have to have a degree in theoretical physics to enjoy Rick and Mimi? It's, like, not the best thing ever, but I really enjoy it, and it makes me laugh, and I like the characters, and it's a good show. And this particular last episode, I thought was great. Vinny, with the weird rabbit judgmental following that Undertale has, you could play it in any manner and nobody would be happy with the way you did it. Playing it will spark more shit than not playing it. You would never hear the end of it for playing it wrong. Unfortunately, that was one of the problems I had early on, why I didn't do it. I was well aware that people have very specific parameters for the way they want the game played, and I knew that if I played it, and I could have played it for, like, stream views. I knew it was the thing, and I didn't want to. But I also didn't necessarily, I mean, not that I'm above that, but yeah, I thought the idea of playing a game and then being told I'm playing it wrong no matter how I play it, that sounded really bad. That definitely turned me away. Even more. Not that I needed more reason, but that was a big part of why it didn't happen. I remember talking to Vappy about it. Vappy was like, you'll probably get railed no matter what you do. I was like, okay. Well, yeah, Pokemon was... When I played Pokemon in Sun and Moon, I also had some issues with the way I played the game and which Pokemon I chose. It was nowhere... It wasn't bad. I still very much enjoyed the playthrough, but that game also has a very, very rabid following, and choosing certain moves over others is like, you know, verboten sometimes. And I would get very strongly worded emails that were telling me I was building my Pokemon the wrong way. So I had to reply. I actually had a canned response at one point. Like, I am not planning on playing this competitively. I just want to make it through the story, have my fun with my trash bag Pokemon, and be done with it. And so, after that, it was fine. After that, they were chill. How do you do this? Oh, you gotta hold L, and then it just automatically happens. But how does Metroid turn into a ball? I was gonna say the animations in this game are very nice, especially like ledge grabbing and grappling. But the ball animation, like in Prime, it was really good. In this, it's just crouch and then ball. There's really not a whole lot of explanation. I gotta get better with counters, man. I gotta learn how to do them properly. And they're good, too. They're fun. I don't know why I don't do them. I guess, oh, I know why. I forget that I have it. Sped boots, I would imagine I need. Yeah, fast sped. Speeds per minute. I'm glad I can have a conversation about stuff that we just talked about with the chat, and only some of it is unable to handle it, you know, and then a lot of you guys contribute really good and thoughtful insight. I mean, I'm absolutely part of the problem when it comes to meme chat. You know, I definitely have my moments when I tend to destroy the chat. Like, suck. Emphasizing the word suck is a death knell for this chat. These are the Troid chambers. Look at all this, the scum that they've accrued on the wall. And like, yeah, all the stuff in the background, just a lot of scum happening in the background there. Slime scum. There's a reason this track shows up in like every fucking Metroid game now. And I don't even mind it. That did not help. Oh. It's good. Good. Yep. Love playing Metroid and forgetting every fucking ability that I have. Why did it have to be a gamma? Whoa! There was a counter, I believe, that was possible there. Oh, hi. Oh! Get in here. Yeah, get in the beam. Yeah, get in the beam. Shit. Got it. really just take advantage of any time it starts charging at you. And just pump it full of missiles. Well, I don't think I'm going the right way anyway. I think I have to go left again. I don't know if I can continue going right, especially because my span pulse? What the fuck is that? My scan pulse indicates that there is no way. This is no way to go. Farming enemies for health is a lot slower in this game. They come from the ceiling instead. And enemies do a lot of damage, and hard mode is double damage. And Fusion Amiibo mode is quadruple the damage. Oh, fuck. So I have a confession to make. I now own the Metroid Amiibos. One of my, informants told me that, that they were available at a local Toys R Us. And that they were sold out almost everywhere else. So okay, I was in the area. I know you're not gonna believe me, but it's true. It's legit. And I figure, by the way, Toys R Us is like going bankrupt. They are run like garbage. They fucking suck. I had to wait so long. I told 3 people I needed help. And then one dude was like, we don't have the Metroid Amiibos. We didn't get them in yet. I said, but the game came out, right? He was like, yeah. Yeah, the game came out. I don't think he knew what the game was. So someone overheard him in his earpiece as I was walking out, and he was like, whoa, 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 let me check, I think we have some. It turned out they had a full thing. They were just telling people they didn't have them. So, you know, it's nice of that dude. That dude was good to me. He was like, listen. Anyway, the point is I have them, they're nice. The Metroid Amiibo is squishy. This is my favorite video game series, so I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. You know, I thought I was gonna stop at the Waddle Dee, but I'm holding the Metroid Amiibo in my hand, and it's very nice. It's, I think it's my favorite Amiibo I own, actually. It might be the best one. Samus is cool too. Samus is shiny, well made. And they unlock stuff and all that, but I haven't done any of that yet. So, you know, stick a fucking fork in me. I'm still buying Amiibos, God help it. God help me. So now we have an issue of, where do I go next? And I'm going to assume I go right, but I don't have speed boots. No, Samus isn't squishy. Samus is metallic looking, like shiny. The Metroid itself is squishy. But yeah, the quality of these things has improved. The Samus one, like just the way it feels and looks, it's better than the Smash one by quite a bit. Bab amiibos? When am I gonna get rabbit amiibos? I don't know. If they make a Samus rabbit amiibo, I guess I'll have to buy it. But yeah, I don't really know where to go next, so I think, well, maybe up there? I missed something by that teleport. Let me try that. I'll head to the teleporter. I'm not sure what Samus unlocks. Like, what... Chat, does anyone know the actual amiibo functionality in this game? So, fusion mode... Metroid amiibo is a radar. The Metroid shows all the Metroid locations. Okay, well, I don't want to use that then. Samus gives you an energy tank. Oh, it's a reserve tank, yeah. It's a reserve... Hang on, it said it on the back of the packaging. Which I... Hang on. I looked at briefly. Unlock an Eon reserve tank. And view artwork from the original Metroid 2, and then the other one is the closest position of the Metroid nearest to you, or the nearest Metroid on your map, and then fusion mode after you beat the game, which I might check out. You take 4 times the damage. It's a little excessive. Still don't know what that is. Maybe power bombs? It's excessive, which is why they put it in an amiibo. This was a topic of discussion just the other day, and I'm not too upset about there being... I can't go down this way. I'm not too upset about it. Because when you beat the game, you unlock hard mode, which is double damage, and then the amiibo is the suit, which is aesthetic, but you take quadruple damage, so... If it unlocked an entirely new game mode that was expected to be in the game, like if there was no hard mode, and it was amiibo only hard mode, then I think, that would be pretty shite. As an amiiboner, I don't want to have to buy things that should be in the game to begin with. Somehow I just never went down here. Whoa! This is cool. What the hell? Oh, how'd you get down here? I think we found the trash depository. Still stinks. There's a Metroid nearby. It just shed its stink shell. What is this gnarly music? Does not it sound gnarly? Oh! Why can't I go through there? I want to go through there. I can fit. I'm a ball. I'm a Neko, I'm a cat. Can't wake up. Neko suit Samus. That's my favorite. That's gonna be art. Mark my words, someone's going to draw Neko suit Samus tonight. My first exposure to the word Neko was Secret of Mana in 1993. I thought it was just the cat's name. I didn't realize it actually meant cat in Japanese. That was years later. And then I thought back when I found out. I was like, Square? You sons of bitches. What about Neko means cat in Monster Hunter? That's my favorite cat means cat. Isn't there a taco place called Of the Taco? Isn't Del Taco just, Of the Taco? Or is that a different thing? Am I thinking of something else? What do you know or like about Japanese culture? That's a hell of a question. It's a bit of a loaded question, too. De la Taco means of the taco. Del Taco does mean of the taco. Oh. I like that Laugh You Lose show I've talked about. Gaki. Or Downtown as it's called here. I'm really, really into that show. Obviously, I like their video games. I think their cities are fascinating, and I would love to visit Tokyo one day. I like their history. Mainly just silly Japanese game shows, of course. I mean, they had a pretty bloody history, but I mean, it's interesting. I just like different cultures from a historical standpoint, and I remember enjoying reading about their the way their society and culture function and everything. I don't remember much of it, but yeah, I guess that's about it. I'm not into Hatsune Miku. They have Maru Cat. I'm aware of that cat, yeah. Yeah. I like when their anime characters go, "Oh!" when they're surprised at something, and they're like, "Oh!" So that's all I know about their, that's all I know about Japan. Oh, Japanese cars, yeah, definitely. They last a long time. I've driven Japanese cars most of my life. Eh? Nani? I know those words. You can... Oh yeah, you can parry while hanging from walls. Interesting. Or as Mono just said in chat, everything is spoken with hesitation. Sono hito wa baka desu. Sono biru wa oishii desu. I know those two sentences. One was the people are bad, the other is the beer is delicious. I think I think that's as much Japanese as I've got under my belt. Will you try to go when Universal Japan opens Nintendo World? That's too far into the future, man. I don't even like planning a week from now. I get fucking agita thinking about the convention I have to go to in Atlantic City in a month and a half. Remember, missiles have splash damage. Opinions on toads. Toads are great when they have unique personalities. But when the toads are every character in, let's say, a Mario RPG title, video game, and there are minimal unique characters and every character is Toad, then we're gonna have some problems. Yeah, then I'm not too crazy about Toad. Not too fond. How dare you put that... How dare you put that there? Vinny, how did you manage to stop smoking? I'm doing fine for 4 months, but now it's difficult. I stopped going to bars. Mostly. And I just did my best to not think about it. Toothpicks and straws help, because you can pretend they're cigarettes. I know that's silly, but it works a little bit. Oh. But that was later on. Early, yes, as someone in chat pointed out, the reason I stopped smoking was because I had a wisdom tooth infection. And then I had to get the tooth out, so that would have constituted about 3 weeks of no smoking anyway, so I just quit. But that's how I stuck with it. Most of the reason I smoked was because I was going to bars with friends, drinking and having cigarettes. And I tried to stop 2 times in the past, and I got like a couple months in. But then inevitably I'd get to a bar and then start bumming cigarettes off of people and then buying packs because I didn't want to bum cigarettes off of people. Vinny, why do people smoke? Oh, come on. You can't do that to me. There's a social aspect, there's a peer pressure aspect, there's an anxiety aspect, there's a familiarity. I don't know. I mean, who the fuck knows? Everyone has a different reason. Why do you guys smoke? Any reasons? Why do you... I guess the better question is, why do people start smoking? How are Babby formed? That's an easier question. Can we all just admit that smoking does look cool? Shitty for you, but looks cool. Yep. There you go. That's the answer, I think. That's most of the answer. It's peer pressure mixed with you look cool when you smoke. Maybe in movies you see, like back in the day, people would watch, like, James Cagney with a cigarette. Oh man, that's so cool! I was told that I looked cool when I smoked. And that was before I smoked regularly. And from that point forward, I was fucked. That's all my fragile ego needed to hear back then, at the age of 18. That's all of them. These weird little gadgets in the background that just don't function properly. Vinny, I started smoking because it was literally the only way to take breaks at my jobs. All the smokers got their smoke breaks and everyone else got jack shit. Actually, that was most certainly another reason why I continued to smoke. There was, one of my jobs, it was exactly that. The smoke breaks were very, I'm gonna have to fight that thing again, aren't I? This shield doesn't actually protect against lava, does it? Hey, stay right up, come on, you know! But even if it's not, even if it wasn't a specific thing, like you can't take a break unless you go out for a cigarette, there was mostly just the social aspect of, like, oh, I need to take a break. I'm gonna go outside for 10 minutes and have cigarettes with everyone. Like, when I worked at a bank, believe it or not, yeah, that was the best way to... That was the best way to have that break. You know, once every hour and a half or so, everyone would go out together. It was a communal thing. Sparking a hot one with the boys? Get out of here. What a story. Thanks. Glad you liked it. Is there really no way to get through there without dying? Unless you have the gravity suit. So we'll go back when the gravity suit is obtained. Oh. Judge ye not who live in glass houses. Remember that. That'll be on the test. Fucking nematodes. Speaking of nematodes, did anyone see the Batista short for Blade Runner? The new Blade Runner? So Luke Scott directed a couple of, there's another one still yet to come out. A couple of short films related to Blade Runner 2049 to build the story and the world a bit. And, most of the trepidation I had about this movie is now tempered a bit. It's looking better and better. Luke Scott is Ridley's son, and Ridley Scott, as you know, combined with Scoot from Animal Crossing to become Ridley Scoot. But Ridley Scott is actually one of my favorite directors. But he just farts on camera and says a lot of stupid shit these days, and keeps remaking Alien, and he's got like 4 more sequels to Alien coming out, so that's, gee. Thanks, Ridley. But Ridley Scott's son is also a director, and he's pretty good, and, he directed a couple shorts for, this new Blade Runner thing, and one of them stars Batista, who many of you know as Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's a fucking real actor. Like, he's really good. I think he's the best wrestler actor. I mean, The Rock is really good at comedy and, like, action, but this dude has, like, emotional depth and range. So, yeah, I really thought he did a great job in this short. And it's just like 5 minutes, and it sets up his character, and it sets up the world a bit, and the world looks fantastic. They really nailed the look of Blade Runner. So I don't know if the movie's gonna be good, but they nailed the fucking sets. It looks fantastic. But, Luke Scott did a really good job, I think. He did a nice job building this character in the world a little bit in a way that made me very excited for the movie. Oh, I wanted to mention this the other day and I just kept forgetting. So, one of the best character actors of all time passed away, Harry Dean Stanton. And he was the star of one of my favorite 80s movies, Repo Man. The life of a Repo Man's always intense. He was in Alien. He was in Cool Hand Luke. He was even in, this new season of Twin Peaks a little bit. He was in The Avengers. He had a bit role as a security guard in The Avengers. In The Avegnars. Anyway, Harry Dean Stanton was fantastic. He's one of the most recognized character actors. He was a very stubborn dude. He smoked. Talk about smoking. That dude smoked up until he died at the age of 90-something. I think he lived on a diet of beer, cigarettes, and bacon, and somehow made it to that age. So, I don't know how that happened, but it's possible, apparently. But, rest in peace, Harry Dean. Yeah, he was great in Repo Man. If you've never seen Repo Man, I've talked about it a bunch on stream, and I wouldn't mind doing a movie night with Repo Man in it. Because it's got one of the best punk rock soundtracks ever. Iggy Pop does I think he does the title song for it. And, it's just a fun, sci-fi, stupid movie. I love it. What else? Mark Maron did an interview with him like 4 years ago, or 3 years ago, and he's a man of few words, Harry Dean Stanton. He did not want to give too much away. Maybe it's his age, maybe he just doesn't give a fuck, but some of his interviews I've seen online, he was okay, you know how Jim Carrey's acting now? He was kinda like that before Jim Carrey started doing that shit. So yeah, he goes pretty deep. The construct that is known as Harry Dean Stanton did not give a single fuck about interviews. How is Jim Carrey right now? Well, you should look up some of his interviews. This is another thing I talked about on a previous stream. And I think he's getting a lot of undue shit for acting weird. When in reality, the life of a comic lead is always intense. I think the dude got too famous and a lot of weird shit happened to him. I don't know what happened in his life. None of us do. But at this particular point, he seems to have evolved beyond Jim Carrey, whatever that means, and I give him credit for speaking about it and I don't know, not giving a fuck. I wish I could give less of a fuck sometimes, so I admire when people give less fuck. But yeah, there's some controversy about what happened with him and his ex, and it's not pretty. I watched The Truman Show again while I was doing my emails yesterday, and I was just had it kind of on, and I would put The Truman Show in like my top 10 favorite movies, easily. Just gonna check out one thing, then I'm gonna hit up a save point. These fucking things again? Shit. Alright, never mind then. Where's the save point? There it is. So I gotta get one up here. No real upgrades today. I went like almost a 2-hour play session of this with no upgrades. Alright, fine. Play your game. So that's something you can do. You can freeze enemies and then just melee them and they die. Vinny, how does one continue to have voice cracks past the age of 30? I mean, there's plenty of people. I've seen, a lot of... yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it. I swear. I'm not sure why it happens, but it happens. When you hit 30, let me know how your voice is. If it's cracking, let me know. Vinny, how do boys function? Well, you see, there's peer pressure, and you want to look cool, so your voice cracks when you say that, and it's perfect. That was actually a really good, circuitous point that was proven right there. I like it. So why don't we take a quick break? I'll be back with arms. I know you want to see the clown. And you want me to take a look at the clown. So I'm going to have you take a look at the clown. It's not going to be a terribly long arm stream. As I said, I kind of have to be up early tomorrow, so I'm going to play it for a bit and then go through the fucking mountain of art that we have from yesterday. And that'll be it. Tomorrow I should be around with, tomorrow or Wednesday, I'll be playing a very extensive Miitopia stream. And of course, we will continue doing Rabbids as well. So there's a lot of stuff on the horizon. But tonight, it's just these two. Vinny, voice cracks are caused by how mainly the male voice has separations in between parts of their voice, causing cracking when talking over those breaks. I don't know what that means, but thank you. We'll be right back.